Hi everyone, welcome back to round 8, this community game. So, it's coming down to it now. It's really coming down to it. Um, I'll just summarise what's happened before, but yeah, we could be seeing the end of the game pretty quickly for a few reasons, but I'll jump into what's happened. So, let's have a quick look. Round 7, end of it. JBD, what's he purchased? 2 transports, 6 infantry. Okay. So it looks like he's going to go for try and go for the Japanese attack, or just try and take out some of my territories. Just noticed something. Just noticed something. Damn. Okay, it's coming down to the point now. We've got 8 victory cities, so we're trying to close the game out. Um, he's gone for the transport bill. I've just realised, obviously, how vulnerable Shanghai is. This is very, very open, and I can't really do a whole lot to defend it, actually. Um, if we look at just quickly what's happened, obviously Russia moved down here, which is great for me. Obviously we could take this out now, probably, if we wanted to. I'm not checked the odds yet, but it's looking fairly good for us. The good thing for us though, Arvud, obviously he's pushed out more. He took India pretty convincingly as well. It was a very lucky fight, I think, for us. Sorry, wrong round. So yeah, India. Only lost 2 infantry and took out, a fair bit. So that was a very nice take for us. In response to that, the real keep went to the Caucasus, landed in there with a lot of the troops that were obviously still around in Africa. And me and Arvud just had a bit of a discussion about what to do next. I think this really does favour us. I think we're happy with this move. The problem with for the Allies now is they've got very limited, or Britain at least, they've got very limited ground troops to be shipping around. They can't access Britain to pick up more, obviously, because the Arvid's fleet is waiting, and can hit anything that gets too close. So their ground troops, without a complex in Africa, are extremely limited. I've taken the Caucasus. There's enough troops. Arvid's got enough troops, more than enough troops, to deal with this and recapture it. So actually, on the ground, Britain are extremely thin right now. Africa's looking very vulnerable. Obviously, Arvid's got a lot of troops spare. Now, what we were thinking, the problem is, obviously, because this fleet's moved so far away from Britain, Britain itself is now more open to attack. Now, if you look at the economies as well, Arvid has 65 IPC to spend next turn, which is pretty big, and we did a few calculations to find out what would happen if we had a certain build, like lots of heavy transport. We thought we'd do like 8 transports with a few units mixed in, move the guys back from France to Germany and do like a massive assault on Britain. If we built 8 transports next go and nothing happened, obviously there was limited reinforcements, we could take it quite convincingly. The problem with that is obviously that there's 2 transports here with American troops, so we're not sure how the odds are going to be once everything's factored in. So we'll see how the board looks, I think, at the end of this round with JBD's move. Also, these cruisers and destroyers are going to have some kind of effect as well, because they should be moving back up now to try and defend. But again, if they don't, then it's going to be more likely we're going to go for an assault, but we'll see what happens. So these need to move. These definitely need to move. If they don't move this time, then there's going to be no blockage for any of the fleet here, so we're going to be able to do some bombardments and everything, and we'll also be able to throw all the fighters into the battle against Britain, and not have to worry about throwing them into the initial naval fight before we can get the landings going. So yeah, it's very close. It's very close right now. There's a possibility that we end the game with taking Britain out, but again, it depends how JBD defends on this current turn. So yeah, we will see. We will see. So just basically for me now, my role now is just to hold Japan, ensure I can hold Japan, and don't lose this whatever happens, because obviously that would be disastrous for us. Now again, the one problem we've got that we didn't anticipate before was Shanghai. I can't defend Shanghai, so Arvid's gonna have to try and I think move some troops in that direction to try and hold it, because we need those victory cities. It won't matter too much if we take Britain. That's game, because there's no way back for the Allies. If it's only the US against Germany and Japan, then that's game, because the IPCs are already swinging towards our team. Arvud's economy is looking pretty sweet. 61 national production, looking very nice. And that's only going to grow as well once we take the Caucasus and also Africa starts to fall. So that's only going to get stronger. So it's really up to JBD at the moment to try and capitalise on his control of the Pacific and try and knock off a lot of these provinces. But yeah, it's been a fantastic game. Fantastic game. It's been so close the whole way through, which I'm happy about. I didn't want it to be like a one-sided event. It's been great. It's been really close. So it's been a lot of fun. Right, so summary concluded. Let's go to my purchases. Now, as we'd expect, Japan's been bombed to death pretty much. So let's get some repairs done. I said to Arvud, obviously, my main priority is to defend Japan, make sure there is no percentage chance of him taking it. He's gone for more an infantry build, which is interesting. So there's no real attack power with the land units. He's going to have to rely on the power to come from the aircraft if he does go for Japan. But I think what's more likely is he's going to go for just landings in the kind of China area, try and knock off some provinces from my economy. So I think if we just have a look. Let's repair Japan fully. Let's just do that for a start. I think I'm going to go 3 bombers. So we're ensuring Japan's safety with the infantry and artillery. That's not going to be a problem. And we're also giving ourselves 3 bombers to try and have some effect over the ocean as well. We've got 4 bombers that can hit quite a long way away, and then also we've got the 2 fighters if they come in close. So we've got a decent aerial force. So I think I'm happy with that. I still want to be trying to help out Arvud as much as possible, and those bombers give me a bit of a chance to do that. So I think I'm happy with that build. Okay, there's no way in with those troops. Yeah, there's no way in. Just double checking. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. It's a combat move. Here's the. I think I will go for. If I don't go for this Russian attack now, they're going to just stream down and Arvud will be forever chasing them. So I've got to try and just hold them here if I can and finish them off. So I'm going to quick check the odds and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so I've got around 75% chance of winning that fight, so it's obviously heavy in our favour. I don't really want to lose many aircraft, so if it goes badly I'll probably just pull out. So I'll see how the first round of engagement goes, and if we don't get a lot of hits then I think we'll pull out. But I need to try and clear these Russian troops out of the way. I think in terms of combat move that should be it. Yeah, let's do it. Obviously, I need those fighters for defense of Japan. So if it goes bad, I'll just pull out. I don't want to risk losing too much. Okay, no hits there. Bad from those. Okay, I'm gonna push on. I'm gonna push on with that actually. One more. Good hits there. Okay, tank's dead. Okay, I don't want to lose any fighters, so I'm going to pull out now, I think. Yeah, I'll pull out. It's not worth the risk. Yeah, there we go. So it's weakened anyway. That's going to be fairly easy to mop up once JBD catches up to them. Sorry, I'll keep getting those guys mixed up. So once Arvud catches up, that should be fine. They may sweep through, but if Arvud sends one tank out here and yeah, they'll be fine to mop up, so not a problem. Yeah, looking alright, I'm really keen to see what happens in the US turn this round, because obviously it's going to depend heavily. If the Allied team have seen this, then obviously that's going to be bad for us, but I'm hoping they've not seen how vulnerable Britain could be in round 10. Obviously we can't attack now, but we're prepping in round 9, then hopefully going for an assault in round 10, so if they don't defend effectively now, then it could be game. So yeah, it's all depending really on this move here from JVD. But we'll see how it goes. Right, let's end my phase quickly. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, Japan is secure. There is no way in that. That's totally fine. What I'm expecting to see now, probably from JBD here is just a series of landings across China, knocking out a few of these provinces. Then also Russia, we'd probably take Manchuria, so these 3 here might fall, I would expect. Then it's going to be a case of Arvud chasing them down. But as long as Japan's secure, that's fine. Our main thing now is obviously waiting for the situation to conclude in Europe. So we'll see what happens. But there we go. Yeah, it's coming down to it. I think a few more rounds possibly, and we could see a victor. Either way. Hi everyone, welcome back to round 9. Here we go. So, I am kind of worried. I think I may have lost the footage for round 8, which is really annoying. I saw the video, I checked it back after I'd recorded it, and it wasn't playing. I think it's got corrupted somehow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it happened, but yeah. So we may have lost footage for round 8, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, nothing much really happened. We noticed, the summary basically, me and Arvud noticed that there was an opening to try and take Britain. The British fleet had moved to drop some troops off into the Caucasus, which meant obviously they were out of the game in terms of defending Britain. So we planned to drop a lot of transports in one go, which is what Arvid's done. He dropped 7 transports, and then moved everything into Germany, ready for the invasion. Now, the key move, I think, what me and Arvid were both watching for, was JBD's round 8 move, because that was crucial. He had 2 cruisers and 2 destroyers vaguely in range. There was also 2 transports here, and Arvid's subs were here in the sea zone here, 18. So what we were worried about was obviously if JBD moved back towards Britain, there was a chance that he could blockade this sea zone and just cause us a few more problems. Also, we were worried about where these troops might go. They could go somewhere up here possibly, or add some more defence to Britain. But luckily, the fleet stayed where it was. So there's not enough time now, I think, to defend Britain adequately. So round 9 summary. Obviously, Darskos is still knocking off my provinces. These remaining Russian troops are still causing problems. Manchuria has fallen. We just can't catch up to them. I tried to take. I think probably what was missed out on round 8 was I tried to take them out with my remaining troops in Manchuria and all my aircraft. Couldn't do it, so I had to retreat and save my fighters. But they're weakened now. But still, couldn't do much. So they're still roaming free. I also purchased 4. Well, I think 3 was it? 3 bombers, just to give me a more, offensive option in the water around Japan. And I will be using these bombers in this turn now. So yeah, apart from that, it's looking okay. So this could be the killer move. If we look at also the real Keats purchases, we went for a destroyer, a fighter, and I think, what was the other one? Yeah, 3 infantry and a tank. So I've checked the odds. The odds are pretty much 99%, I think, that Arvud takes Britain now. And obviously he can reinforce Germany with troops to prevent from any capturing of Berlin. But I think we should be okay. He had a very clean move on round 9, Arvud. Very clean. He took the Caucasus, India, and also he went for a 2 sub attack on these transports here. There was 2 transports and 2 destroyers from the Americans. So we thought we might as well 50-50, might as well go for it. If we get lucky, there's 2 transports dead that can't reinforce, obviously. So yeah, he got very lucky there, and he lost 1 sub and took out 4 ships, so that was pretty sweet. Again, no units lost in the Caucasus battle, and no units in the Indian battle, so it's just very fortunate. I have to say again, it's just another example of how the luck's been on the Axis side this game. It's been incredibly on our side, which is kind of harsh. It really is quite harsh. So that could be the end. It could be the end. I think there's very little chance now, but obviously it's going to fall. Britain will fall, and I think from there's not really much anyone can do. The fleet obviously is still not in range from this fleet here, so we can't even take the fleet out. So I think we should be okay. I think this is probably the end. One thing we need to mop up is obviously the victory cities. So India, we need to hold India. Obviously Shanghai is going to fall this come and go because Darskos will move into it probably. So all we need to do now is just start controlling some victory cities, and we should be good. But yeah, anyway, my go. So I did think about putting a fleet down, which is again possible. Is it worth it? I don't think it's it's not worth it. There's still too many things knocking about, so I think I'll probably leave it. I'll probably bank my resources now and drop some more next time. Again, obviously, Japan's not in danger, so I don't need to reinforce with anything. I'll just save on my IPC and drop some destroyers next time, I think. So purchases, that'll be fine for me. The combat move, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to try and take out these 2 battleships and 3 transports, because if we take this out, that eliminates, for another round, any chance of like retaking things. The Americans can't retake anything. So if we take out these transports, that could be a really nice victory for us. Could try and take these troops out, but is that really worth it? I'm tempted. I am very tempted, actually. It would still save us a lot of problems, in a sense. No, I'll leave it. I could go for that, but obviously I'm thinking of probably putting some destroyers and a carrier into the water, so these fighters will come in handy for taking out the submarines. So yeah, I'm going to risk this. I think the odds were over 80% that I win this fight with 4 bombers against 2 battleships, so this should be okay. Again, I'm going to probably commit to the fight. I'll keep going. I won't probably retreat unless it's really bad, but hopefully we can kill those transports. And that should be it, I think, for me in round 9. Not much I can do. Okay, see how our luck is. Good hits. Good hits back though. There we go. Wow, awesome. Well worth doing. Well worth doing. Right, let's put these back into India. I think that's going to really... In fact, what we could do... Is it worth the... I get a defensive bonus with fighters, so possibly put them into Shanghai. We don't need to. Is that worth though? I'm really not sure. No, let's leave it. Let's not risk it. Let's not risk it. But there we go. So that's going to slow down the Americans heavily in the Pacific now. No more transport, so these troops are isolated for at least another round. What could happen now, Arvud, we've not discussed round 10, obviously beyond taking Britain, but in terms of purchases, it might be worth putting some boats in the water near India to try and sort of mop this IPC up. 3 battleships would probably be the best way, given the fact that there's a lot of bombers around. But we'll see. We'll see. That's an option. But yeah, we've got some options now. But yeah, it's going to be crucial. Next round, I think, could be the killer. That's probably what's going to finish off the game. But there you go. Anyway, that's round 9 for me. And nothing much to do apart from that. Mobilisation, nothing to mobilise. So what's the IPC? How much we've got to spend? 47 next turn, so that's a carrier and a fair amount of destroyers. So yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so I think this was the build up to the big one. I think round 10 is going to be the deciding round. I think so. We'll yeah, that'll be the key one to watch. Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next round. Take care.